Joel, thank you very much.
What do you want to know?
We want to know about this film. Tell us a little bit about it, Train Dreams, and how you
Based
felt
on
about
a
it.
Dennis Johnson novella of the same name. It is directed by this guy. Written by these two guys. And they were stupid enough.
Tell them about the movie.
That was silly
Tell them
enough.
about the part with the...
And they put me in it, which was either a stroke of genius or a really stupid decision.
Man, but I love you guys.
And he's not in it because he's too good.
How's everyone?
Tell us about your playing just a regular Joe, a regular guy from that era.
Well, that's who I am. I just had to hide my iPhone. Look, it's a study of a man's life over many decades. A fictional character, but in many ways, I feel from reading the novella, which I loved, and had read many years before Clint contacted me, kind of speaks to all of us and all of our lives in the sense that I feel like all of our lives are significant. We all contribute to the world that we live in some way, big or small, and we'll all probably be forgotten within a generation or two. But somehow our lives are also very important, and they can be important, and we experience ups and downs. And there's a real sense of a journey of a person's life of absorbing the terrible things, but also experiencing the joys and loves of it. It's quite an epic journey, considering it's a short one experience of a movie. But it really resonated with me, particularly as a father, and the sense of within the film there's a sense of loss and grief, and that really hit me hard and made it something that I felt confronting enough to want to get involved. If that makes sense.
What about the setting and the logging and that rugged atmosphere? How did that impact your role and really what you felt while you were doing it?
Well, I'm an actor, which a lot of guys that I know feel this sort of love-hate relationship with being a performer, and that they feel in some ways like they're not contributing to the world. And I feel like that is true and not true. I do feel like creating entertainment is a contribution. But my whole family, before my father, my grandfather, my great-grandfather and before they were farmers, did incredibly hard, graft.
Yeah, hard scrabble life.
And part of me feels this sort of admiration looking at their lives, even though, my great-grandfather I never knew. My grandfather I did, he drove trains, and he was a bullock driver, drove cattle and worked on farms. And there's part of me that wonders about what my life would have been like if my father had taken on that legacy. And I feel an affinity for that. But even though this film talks about someone that contributed to the building of America in a real hands-on approach, it's also could speak to any of us, even if we work in an office.